Hey Math 3, coming to you from Mrs. Stoplett's house. I am going to try to teach you Chapter 5, Lesson 7 by using YouTube. So we'll see how it goes, and feel free to send me some comments. Hopefully you have your iPad or your actual book at home. I'm on page 432, where it says Chapter 5. Triangles. A lot of you have been doing super good with the Pythagorean theorem. We're ready to move on, and we're on lesson 7 and kind of coming up on a quiz. So according to our superintendent, we are like continuing to teach you and possibly in the future be grading you. So try to keep doing your math online. I know it's difficult, but I'm here if you have any questions. You could videotape yourself to ask the questions too. So again, I'm on page 432. I am going to go through these examples. If you don't like my explanation, keep in mind you can push that tutor button, that button right there on your iPad, and you can hear it from someone else. So example 1. This is about finding distance on a coordinate plane, or seriously, if you had 2 points of location on a map and you were sort of trying to find like an airplane distance between the 2 points, like this point, right? And you wanted to find out how long this line is. You can use the Pythagorean theorem, or you can use something called a distance formula. But that's what we're going to be doing, finding the distance between 2 points. So example 1 says to graph the ordered pairs. These 2 points, you're going to find the distance between them. So first you have to put them on graph paper. The point 3, 0. Again, if you start at the origin and you go to the right 3 and not up or down any, this point that my purple pen is pointing at, that point is the point 3, 0. So if I go and I want to graph the point 7, negative 5, I'm again going to start at 0, 0. The x value is 7, so straight to the right 7. That was 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, but then down 5. So this point down here is 7, negative 5. All right, so you don't have the picture of the entire triangle right now. You would just have this point and this point graphed. Once you have the 2 points on your graph paper, you need to make a right triangle out of those 2 points. So, you know, I've talked before about the grid lines sort of being like roads, or because our streets in La Crosse are parallel, this would be like you driving a car straight down and straight over to that other location. That's why I said that this line would be like an airplane line, because you're not cutting through people's yards. Okay, so once I make a right triangle out of going straight down and over, count the boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's where that number 5 comes from. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 4 units long, the red line. Then create a Pythagorean theorem problem out of those 2 leg values. Remember that legs are the 2 sides that make the 90-degree angle. So you're going to write 4 squared plus 5 squared equals c squared, because that's we want to find the length of this line. That's the unknown. We don't know what c is. Here's the entire process. 4 squared plus 5 squared. They didn't show all their work. I'm going to write it right here. So 4 squared is 16. 5 squared is 25. 25 plus 16. That's where that 41 came from. To get rid of the c squared here, you want to take the square roots of both sides. Yes, you have to show it on both sides. And the square root of 41 is approximately 6.4. They have a plus or minus sign. When you find a square root value, it's a positive number, and or its negative number times itself also equals 41. But since you're finding the distance on a line, it doesn't really make sense to write a negative distance, so you would not write the negative version of that. The directions said to round to the nearest tenth, so this has 6.4 units apart. I would like you actually, if you could, try to stop the video at this time. Try the got it yourself without listening to me explain it. But I'm going to go ahead and do it. Okay, so the got it. We're following that very same step process as in example 1. So I have to plot these 2 points. 1, 3 is my first point. So I'm going to go to the right one and up 1, 2, 3 and put a dot right there. That's this first point. okay, the 0.13. I'm now going to graph negative 2, 4 from 0, 0, left 2 and up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there are my 2 points. I need to make a right triangle out of that. I'm going to grab a different color here. But I'm going to start at one of the points. It does not matter which one. Start here. Sorry about the shadow on that. And I need to go up and over. Maybe I'll try, trying this left-handed. So I'm going to go down a block and then right 3 blocks if I were driving like on the roads. Okay? So this line, this was 1. I'll do it this way. This was 1 unit. This was 3 units. My job though, I'm trying to find this distance, that hypotenuse. That's going to be your C. Math problem. 1 squared, this side, right? A squared plus B squared. So plus 3 squared equals C squared. If I write that about A squared plus B squared equals C squared. 1 times itself, 1 squared is 1. 3 times itself, 3 squared is 9, equals C squared. So this is 10 equals C squared. That last step, and you might have to use your iPad or a calculator, I know I would, square root of both sides. So C equals the square root of 10. And you need to find the square root of 10.